Morales. They might just call me childish if I got to catch them all or volunteer to take the challenge. Brick and mortar, I got the plug and the orders. I got the connect account mechanic and get me the sort of joy I get from toys, noise, action, BB, toys, noise, action, so yeah, brick and mortar, I got the plug and the orders. I got the connect account mechanic and get me the sort of joy I get from toys, noise, action, bang, 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 action figures. Welcome to the Terradrome. I used to call Castle Grace go home.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Toys, Noise, and Action Figures. I'm your host, Regg, Henny, and I'm sitting alongside my homeboy, my good friend, and fellow collector, DJ James Rukkus, the Ruck Monster himself. What's up, Ruck? How you doing, fam?
It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah.
Yo, this is my man, 150 grand. We done ran through many Comic-Cons, STCCs together, plenty of adventures on toy hunting, comic book hunting, all the stuff that we all love, you and I, all of us in this whole community love. And we are gathered here today to finally air it out, to finally have the conversation that needs to be had. The same thing I know you guys have been thinking about. It's been on your heart and you've been talking about it. We've been seeing it on all the message boards. We've been seeing it on all the comment sections.
Yes,
this
indeed.
past weekend on Hasbro Pulse Con, everybody was saying the same thing. Target, what the hell have we done to you to deserve this? Target, what the hell have we done to you to deserve this? Us as collectors, we don't know all the whys, all the whats, all the whens, all the hows. We just know that it's been hell trying to figure out what's going on between Hasbro and Target. And we just want to know. We need answers. If any of you guys out there watching right now have any answers, feel free to comment below. Let us know, because my heart is hurting. Ruck, you want to pass me a couple of the Joes real quick?
Indeed.
Okay, so Ruck has been, again, he's my partner in crime right there. Anytime we can look out for each other, we do in this collector community. Find a Cobra Trooper.
Exactly.
But the heartache that went in just to get in this alone. This is the Cobra Island Target Exclusive Cobra Trooper. And I know some of you guys are out there right now going, oh my gosh, you have one in hand. The legend exists. The myth exists. But and is that that's Beachhead? And that's the Beachhead. Okay, so I have yet, and I know some of you guys have probably seen the Cobra Trooper on a peg. If you exist, you and Sasquatch and Loch Ness Monster need to have a meeting to come meet up with us. But I don't know why it's so hard to get your hands on one of these. Now, last weekend, Hasbro PulseCon announced that they will be putting out another Cobra Trooper. It'll be a general release. It'll be available. Right now, you can order it on BBTS. You can order it on Entertainment Earth. You can order it on other websites. But the fact that this one in particular, which has a different color scheme, actually, I would think more premium color scheme than the general release is coming out. It also has the armband. It also has the goggles. A few other bells and whistles that aren't going to be on the general release. But this one was at Target. And I had never actually seen one on the shelves. Every Target I went to, I'm on a Pop Finder first, and Pop Finder will tell you that there's a certain amount that's in stock. The Target website can't keep up with whatever their stock is, even though it's their stock and it's Target. And you go to Target and you look on the shelves and you see the pegs for the G.I. Joes. There's no G.I. Joes on the pegs. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll find a Roadblock, Cobra Island Roadblock, because that was the second sculpt of Roadblock they had put out. And
he's being facetious when he says funny.
Yeah, it's
as far as Roadblock is concerned.
Yeah, but it's like it was pointless. Why are you putting out another Roadblock? Just call him Heavy Duty. Anyway, that's a whole nother tangent. I could get on that later. But you got to ask somebody. Listen, I checked Pop Finder, or even sometimes on the Target website, it would tell you that location has some in stock. Then they have to go in the back and search for it. Why is it in the back? Why is it not on the pegs? It's a high demand item. It's your own exclusive. Why don't you have it available for the customers? again, we don't know all the whys, whens, hows, what's going on. We don't know all of those ins and outs that the insiders, that the employees, that the management, that the board of directors, whatever. You guys know all that. But as customers, we just know that we go onto a location in this technologically advanced age, and we've checked online, and we've saw that it's in stock. You're supposed to have it. We get there, and then it's magically not there, or maybe an employee has it hidden in the back, or it's on some magical truck with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer somewhere, and they got to go in the back, and they got to go look for it, and then they come out, and they either tell you they don't have it, or they bring up a beat-up box, that this box is beat up, and they say, okay, I found this one. You're like, okay, cool, but it says you got two. You got another one, and the guy looks at you real funny and kind of looks off, and all the telltale signs of somebody lying, and goes, no, that's the only one I was able to find. And you're like, I feel like somebody just lied to me, but at least I got one. So I have one trooper, an army builder. I got one. And Target is not helping out on any of their exclusives. Do you want to talk about the Beachhead rug? Because I'm getting frustrated right now.
Beachhead actually, well, before I even get into Beachhead, I'll piggyback off of the Cobra Trooper. I only have one myself.
So together we could army build with two.
Yeah, they can guard an entrance or something. I don't know. But anyhow, same deal. My Cobra Trooper, the box was also more jacked up than yours. Yours can pass for collectible style.
As long as I just show the front.
Yeah, mine's there's no way. I mean, it doesn't even have its shape anymore. It's rectangular shape anymore. And like you, I still haven't seen a Cobra Trooper on the shelves. I've seen, fortunately, I've seen every other standard release or standard sized release on the shelves. With I never saw the Baroness on the shelf. I was fortunate enough to get two of them. In fact, the first one I got was for him.
You're looking out. Thank you.
And I wasn't even collecting them, but seeing how dope, these sculpts were and everything like that, I got caught up myself, and I managed to procure a second one.
And we've been cursed to be completionists, so there's that.
Exactly. And both times with the Baroness, actually more or less yanked the item out of the associate's hand. The first time for him, lady went to the back. This is how great Pop Finder is. Pop Finder knew Target had Baroness before Target knew it. I get to the store, they're still unloading the truck. It hadn't even been put into stock yet. So she went back there and got it for me and for another partner, and they never made it to the shelves. Second go round.
But how many are in the case?
2.
How many cases did it get?
1.
See?
And that's one of the points we're going to discuss. That's on the Hasbro, not the Hasbro side, but the Target side of this equation. There's enough blame, if you want to call it that, to go around.
Plenty of blame
between both entities.
Yep.
Because there are things that they both could have done and can do better, and inexplicably they don't. There are some things that I know you, my man, me, and you guys that are going to tune in. It's all crossed your minds on how both parties could proceed to make this better, a better experience for everybody. We, the collecting community, and them on the other end trying to make some loot. Yep. But for some reason, I think that's the most frustrating thing, because all of us, at the end of the day, end up asking the question, why Hasbro?
Why?
Or why Target?
Why Target?
And no answers forthcoming. So there it is. Beachhead, I've had, I actually, check this out. I have seen Beachhead on the pegs, but guess how I've seen them on the pegs?
I haven't. You better than me.
Well, the only reason I managed to see them on the pegs is because, once again, went to the Target I went there to get my Cobra Trooper, which I said the box is tore up, and as Regg said, it was in the back. So I'm there waiting for mine. There were these two other kids. They were there waiting. They were Star Wars collectors. They were waiting for Hondo. They had a couple Hondos in the back. And guy goes, he disappears probably about 10 minutes or so. Seems like a lifetime when you're waiting, but it was only probably about 10 minutes. And he comes out with two Hondos, which was all they had. There were 3 guys there waiting for Hondo. One person ended up not getting one, and he came out with 2 Beachheads and 1 Cobra Trooper. I had already had a Beachhead, and I can't even remember if I saw that Beachhead on the shelves or not. I probably did. In fact, no. Now that I think about it, another collector hooked me up. So I didn't.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
I didn't see the Beachhead up until then.
Yeah.
So, but the employee, the Target employee, he had 2 Beachheads. Keep in mind, this was before I was even aware that there was a run and change with the eyes.
Why would you do? Don't even get me started on that.
Like I said, one. The more you talk on it, the more
the deeper
wise,
the rabbit hole goes, and you get more upset.
The more whys come up.
Yeah.
So this was before. So I didn't even bother to check. He brought out 2 Beachheads. I didn't even bother to check the eyes because I thought they were all the same. Yeah. For all I know, I could have had a brown and a blue eye. Exactly. Yeah. This is a blue eye.
Yeah,
this is a blue-eyed one.
Yeah.
I think I have a blue eye. I shouldn't look for mine.
I think that's a more common one.
Yeah. So didn't even know that. And this is how I saw Beachhead on the shelves, on the pegs. I put them there for someone else. We all in this together. Yeah. We all feel the pain. And right now, I think we can all safely say Classified Series G.I. Joe is the hottest thing out right now.
It's got to be.
Hands down.
Now, let me just chime in. But you got to understand, right now, as much as I love I'm a big Hasbro fan. Most of the franchises part of Hasbro I grew up on, and you guys see me on this channel constantly raving about Hasbro. So, I like the products, and they're doing amazing. Like the sculpts and the paints on these, right? I mean, they got Marvel Legends and Black Series checking themselves and trying to catch up. So, I mean, they knocked it out. So, I mean, as far as Hasbro and Target are concerned, good luck. Until they figure it out, Hasbro figures out how they're going to be packing these cases. Like, for instance, Army Builder, you put 1 in a case, and anyway, or the second wave is only 3 figures. Whatever. Right. And then Target has its issues too. But the only way you're going to survive, you might as well act like these are the last days and it's Armageddon right now. You're going to have to find you a DJ Rukkus. You're going to have to find you a Regg Henny. You're going to have to partner up with people. And you're going to have to be like, hey, listen, if you're going to be on the hunt and you see this and I need that, and you got to barter and trade and figure out. Because that's the only way I was able to get all the ones that I got right now. And we won't even get on Amazon because the last one I'm waiting on is their Amazon exclusive Storm Shadow. And Amazon's having their own issues right now.
Amazon's having their own issues. I'm the one getting them for both of us. Yeah. And my order's been knocked back twice. Today was the second time. It was supposed to arrive today. And Amazon waits until today to inform me that it's delayed. I mean... The incompetence is rampant right now. With Uncle, but we won't get down on Amazon. That's another. That's right now, this is about Hasbro and Target.
Yep.
And you touched on case assortment ratio. So let's hang out there for a minute.
Yep.
Let's go with Wave 2. First of all, with the rich history and cast, if you will, that the G.I. Joe franchise has. 3 characters. They come out with only 3 characters for their second wave. That's bad enough. Only 3 characters. Now, for G.I. Joe Classified Series, the cases are 6 deep. Okay? 6 of these deep. Yep. So they come out with 3 characters for a wave. Wave 2 consisted of Cobra Commander, which also had running changes, by the way. Gung Ho, and
Red Ninja.
And the Red Ninja.
Army Builder.
Another issue there. Red Ninja, Army Builder.
Army Builder.
Okay, so I just named 3 characters, right? For a 6-figure case ratio. This was the assortment. 3 Cobra Commanders, 2 Gung Hos, and 1, count them, 1 Red Ninja. The Army Builder.
1
Red Ninja. Right? Now, and I know all of you have already thought this. At the very least, double up. If you're only going to have 3 in the wave, and a box carries 6, a case carries 6, double up, 2, 2, and 2. My math, that equals 6.
It's an even number.
It equals 6. But if you have to have it an odd number, why is the Army Builder getting the total short end of the stick? I mean, it could have been Gung Ho. I still would think that made no sense either. The Army Builder. People are running around trying to find Red Ninjas too. Or when they first got released, they kind of sort of got pushed back again, and they're going to get re-released, I think, January again. But talking about through Target, that Wave 2 has moved to Walgreens. For any of you that don't know, you can try to find them at Walgreens. I've found 2 Red Ninjas myself, both at Walgreens.
I've only found 1 at Target, and the box is beat up, but I found 1.
Both my boxes were beat up too, which, I mean, now we're diving into conspiracy theory territory.
Yep.
But I mean, we've got 3 Red Ninjas, all boxes jacked up.
Yep.
We've got 2 Cobra Troopers, boxes jacked up. For some reason, the Army Builders, the hard to gets, jacked up. And when I told you about when I came out with the 1 Cobra Trooper and the 2 Beachheads,
Yep.
the Cobra Trooper was the only one that was jacked up. Speaking of the Cobra Trooper, as you stated, that's being re-released again, but it's going to be under the banner of Cobra Infantrymen. So that's the separation right there. Yeah. And like you said, it's going to have different paint apps. Yeah. And I think
it's actually more of a lighter paint app. It doesn't look as premium as this one.
And it won't be. It's going to be missing one. It's going to be missing the long rifle.
And it won't have the armband, and it won't have the goggles.
Right.
So
and yes. So.
And don't even get me started on it. They're continuing the Cobra Island thing. Target exclusive again. And mind you, on Hasbro PulseCon, as they're announcing it, and they're showing the beautiful Firefly, he's got a freaking drone. Firefly's got the drone. He's got all these the bomb flak vest. It's a beautiful figure. Then they got the Viper coming out. One of my favorite troopers from when I was a kid. I love Cobra Vipers because I like the fact that they had the silver face mask similar to Cobra Commander. It's a Target exclusive. Before they even said Target exclusive, and I seen the Foosh mention this on their review, and it's exactly what happened. They show you this beautiful product, and they're like, and it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, and all the comments.
The live chat was going crazy.
99% of the comments are like, don't let it be a Target exclusive. Please, no Target exclusive. Please, no Target exclusive. No, hell no, don't do Target. And then all of a sudden, whoever was talking all of a sudden goes, and they'll be up for pre-order on Target.com. And they wanted to get out of there as they said it, because I know they saw the comments and they saw what was being said. Listen to the customers. Listen to the consumer. At the end of the day, first of all, fourth quarter, we all know, especially for toy buying, fourth quarter is like sweeps week for ratings for TV shows. Fourth quarter is showtime. Amateur night is over. Fourth quarter is showtime. Most of the reissue, most of the ones where they're restocking, they're not coming out till January, maybe even March if you go on Hasbro Pulse. So that means whatever stock and inventory is available right now, I'm assuming is going to be available for fourth quarter, for Christmas shopping, for things like that. Right now, yes, I understand everybody's at home. We're in the middle of a pandemic, a lot of quarantine going on. There's a lot of online shopping going on. Ruck, you pointed out, and Chartemis, my good friend Chartemis.
Shout out to Chartemis.
Shout out to Chartemis, pointed out to me. We talked this week, and then he was saying, yeah, there's so many people that's home right now, but also you got to remember that retailers like Target, their bread and butter is nowhere near being collectibles. But the problem is, that's not getting to the boardroom. That information is not getting to the boardroom. If you're bread and butter and you're not worried about the collectors, please stop doing exclusives through Target, because it's not working out for the consumer. You might be selling all the inventory that's supposed to be going to Target, but I have a feeling that, and I'm a Transformer fan, but right now the bots that are taking up everything, those are Decepticons. Those can't be good bots. Those are bad bots. They're not Autobots. They're Decepticons. And they're buying up all the inventory. And next thing you know, like most of the comments were saying on Hasbro PulseCon, instead of it being a Target exclusive, you might as well call it a scalper exclusive. Because you could find the inventory. You're going to find the inventory, but you better go to eBay to go find it. And you're not going to be paying what the shelf price is or the MSRP is. You're going to be paying double, sometimes triple. I've seen people putting Cobra Troopers up online, or 3 of them for like $400. Something crazy.
Unbelievable.
And it's happening. So I'm pleading with Hasbro. I beseech you, please do something about the case numbers, and you might want to revisit and reevaluate your relationship with Target. And Target, I don't know what the hell y'all are doing, because even inside your brick and mortars, you guys have it's almost impossible to find your exclusives. It's exclusive to your store. And then your policies aren't customer service friendly. You say, okay, we're not allowed to hold on to items for customers. Okay, you can't hold items for customers. Some employees do. God bless them, because they are trying to look out for us and they understand the struggle. But the company policy is saying you can't hold it for customers. Then on top of that, we can't go check. If you call us, we can't go check the inventory, because right now you're with the pandemic going on, you got less employees, whatever the case may be. We understand everything's a struggle right now, but as a customer, I'm doing a video about a bad experience with Target trying to get one of my favorite franchises that's exclusive to the store in many of the characters' cases, especially for Cobra Island. But the problem is, I'm doing this video about a bad experience. The way customer service works, especially from somebody who's had years of customer service training and experience, is a customer who's had a pleasant experience will tell maybe 1 or 2 people, because those 1 or 2 people are probably looking for the same item or talking about purchasing the same thing. And they go, you know what? I found it at so-and-so. I had a great experience, and the customer service was great, and they had it, and I'll go buy it with them again. So they'll probably tell 1 or 2 people. But the problem is, when you have a bad experience, you end up doing a video that could potentially reach thousands of people. Or even if I wasn't doing a YouTube video, there's a good chance that I'm going to tell at least 10 people that week. I went into the store, they didn't have what I was looking for. It's exclusive to the store. I don't understand why. And then the customer service rep or the employee was actually rude to me. It's all bad. And you got to understand, there's frustrated customers and there's frustrated staff members, because they're like, hey, look, it's out of my hands. I'm an essential employee. I don't even want to work here. I'm sorry. So you have a lot of people that are upset over the experience. And guess who actually suffers? The G.I. Joe franchise. Because then it makes other people go, you know what? I didn't come here to get a G.I. Joe. I came here to get a G.I. Joe, but they don't have it. Fine, I'll pick up a Fortnite figure.
Right.
You end up, it's almost like bait and switch. You go there for the exclusive that's at that store, and then you're like, I'm so let down, I might as well go for second place and go get with something else that I really don't want.
So Fortnite, the Fortnite people in Target still make out, but Hasbro doesn't make out. I mean, you know, or I should say G.I. Joe classified in this particular situation doesn't make out, because the average person went there with their $20 to get G.I. Joe. Anyhow, before we get too caught up with, you see, we're trying to keep our blood levels down, because
there's plenty to complain about.
Plenty, and we could go on tangents. We could make we can go on for hours.
We could do like a whole series of videos about this.
We could have a live stream and have cats call in, but we'd all be saying the same thing.
Yep.
So let's jump to the other half of the equation, the Target half. Once again, and we're going to go with their exclusive. A lot of the problem too, this falls in the lap of the buyers, the Target buyers. You know, meaning the people who are charged with making the purchases for product to stock their stores.
Right.
If you know it's a hot item, why are you only getting one case? Why are you ordering only one case?
Or not even a case sometimes. Actually,
sometimes you just get individual features.
It's been a repack.
Yeah,
most of the Targets I went to.
Yeah. I don't get it. If it was a store like Walgreens, sure. Walgreens a lot of times don't get cases of waves of whatever we're talking about. They'll get individual, pieces. That's Walgreens though. They're not a big box store like Target is. And once again, that's another store. And like I said, I managed to get 2 of these cats at Walgreens within the last couple weeks. Walgreens, smaller store, coming up. Ain't that something?
Yep.
But that too. So
with the void that Toys R Us left.
Exactly.
Rest in peace, Toys R Us.
But once again, don't want to get too caught up because this can go on forever.
But even like you said, with the buyer for the actual retail chain, even if you anticipated that we're not going to need as many of these, we don't know how the line is going to do, which was the concern that Hasbro had and a lot of the retailers had over the years, because they're like, it's a military-based toy item. We don't know how that's going to work. It's going from a 3.75, which was popular in the 80s because of the vehicle association and the bases, but now it's going to be 6-inch. We don't know how it's going to sell. So I've been hearing that for years, especially when you go to Comic-Con and you talk to some of the Hasbro reps and things like that. Okay, fine. Let's say you bet on the wrong horse, or you played yourself. You underplayed what you should purchase. After, and I said this to him naively, after maybe the first 2 weeks of it being on shelves or not being on shelves,
not being
for that
on shelves,
matter,
just having
I was like, they're gonna
them.
get it. They're gonna get it right, because the demand. I walked into a Target wearing my basketball jersey and how I dress, my chain or whatever, and most of the time I'm not gonna get pegged for a comic book or toy collector. In our community, people don't view black guys as being into that kind of stuff, even though I'm very much into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And even got the Autobot tattoo to prove it. But anyway, I walk in and I actually approach a manager and I say, "Hey, excuse me, ma'am. I actually have a question. There's an item I'm looking for." She looked right at me and said, "G.I. Joe, right? You're looking for the G.I. Joes." I'm sorry. I've had like 4 people here. This is like 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 in the morning. She already had 4 people asking. And she was like, "I'm sorry. It's just, and she was trying to figure out the answer. And as somebody who's worked in customer service and retail before, I felt for her. And I was like, I understand. No worries. I understand. But the point was, it had been such a hot item and so much demand, not just the Trooper, just the line itself. So you figure, okay, yeah, right. You didn't buy as many or as much as you should. After the first week, maybe a month, you go, "No, we got to re-up. We got a lot of people asking about this. It's going to sell off the pegs. Let's do something about it." I haven't ran into any Target that's done anything about it. The only time I've actually heard about Targets actually having them on pegs were in areas where apparently there's not a large collecting community. I have a friend of mine, shout out to my man Jonathan Williams, DJ up in the Bay Area, TF Basement. That's TF Basement. Look out for them. They're going to have the website up and running really soon. For all you Transformer fans out there, they're going to be looking for items. Anyway, Jonathan let me know up there's not a huge collecting community in some of the locations of Targets, and he's actually been able to see a few times some Joes on the shelves. I've only walked into one Target one time, and I saw one Gung Ho and one Red Ninja, and I got lucky. I got so lucky finding the Red Ninja that I actually had to pick up the box off the shelf and look at the name on the bottom and go,
because
he's
never seen one before. He never saw one before. Yeah.
I thought it was hallucinating. And then I ended up actually, and there was a gung ho. There was one of each, gung ho. And then as soon as I got those, it was gone. There was nothing else left. And then the only other time I've seen any on pegs, at least in the Southern California area where I live at, is when there's been like 6 roadblocks, Cobra Island roadblocks, because most people had already gotten the first release of roadblock from the first wave, and then they put out another roadblock who actually looks more like heavy duty, and they put him out in the Cobra Island wave. So you've already put people in a position where they're like, I don't need another roadblock. I need a Red Ninja, or I need a Cobra Trooper. So anyway, this could be a 2-hour, 3-hour, 10-day video if we wanted to keep complaining. Hopefully somebody from Target gets a chance to see this and makes this right before we really get into the fourth quarter, because it's October right now. October, November. We are in the fourth quarter.
We are in the fourth quarter.
We are in the fourth
as of
quarter.
Yesterday. Yep.
All right, so here we go. What are you guys going to do about it? Hasbro, you might want to consider doing some exclusives. Walmart.
And you want to know something? That's absolutely horrible. When you have to say Walmart's doing better.
Walmart.
That's absolutely horrible.
I'm saying, like, Walmart will get exclusives, and you're like, yo, the only problem with Walmart is, no, you're not expecting good customer service. Walmart is literally the DMV of customer service. Like, you don't go to DMV looking for good customer service. Let's just face it. So you go into Walmart, and you're not expecting great customer service, and you may not even find the exclusives that they put on the shelf right away. But once the Walmart gets their exclusives, they're getting them. Matter of fact, they're getting so many that you're standing there going, you know what, I don't need it today. Matter of fact, they got like 27 of them. I'll wait till they go on clearance. In this case, I got lucky. I was able to take back, I had like 2 Earthrise Optimus Primes. I took one back, and I was able to pick up this bad boy. But they literally had, it seemed like damn near 27 sitting there on the shelves. I know Soundwave, they had 1 million of them. Anytime they get exclusives, the Netflix series, Walmart, when they get their exclusives, they're getting them, they're stocking them. Once they get in the store, they're there. The problem with Target is Target's a little bit more bougie. We know the red shirt versus the blue shirt. The red shirt, Target is supposed to be. But come on, man. Your customer service is worse than Walmart at this point.
At this point, I'd have to, yes. And I mean, the whole experience. And once again, we're all collectors. And all of us, no matter who you tune into for your reviews, everybody is going through it. Shout out to my man MCU Collector 24.
What up?
To my man Unparalleled Universe.
What up?
Dan Who, aka Bars. What's up? Shorty Primo, we already gave you your shout.
Boog Nice.
Boog Nice, my homie from the Bronx. Everybody, everybody is aware. But as Reg Hand had stated earlier, if you haven't done so, network. Link up with peeps. They look out for you, you look out for them, and help one another.
Yep.
Even if you're not checking for something, your partner might be. Hit him up. Are you still checking for yada this, yada that? I can get it now.
Yep.
I shout out to my man Francis, who I actually ran into by accident looking for Marvel Legends Age of Apocalypse Deluxe figure. And we ended up connecting like that. Now, he's a good dude. And several times already we've gotten product for one another and exchanged. That helps. It helps us individually. And another great thing, by doing that, every time a collector gets something, that's one less scalper that gets it.
Absolutely.
So keep that in mind too.
Absolutely.
Keep that in mind too.
And check this out. I know a lot of collectors are in the age range where you grew up around maybe the 80s, early 90s or whatnot. And really, that's where the collecting community is really going, because most kids nowadays are getting digital-based entertainment. So they're not necessarily getting figures and things like that. It's not really being heavily marketed to kids. Maybe younger kids, but not like when we were kids, because all we had was actually brick and mortar stores and physical toys to play with. So a lot of the collecting community is mainly adults. But what you remembered growing up, like I see a lot of the old school pages that show shelves of just Transformers and Motu and whatever. It's not like that no more, because corporations are going, okay, they're moving towards either subscription-based collecting, or they're moving towards like HasLab or like Super 7 does, where they're not even making the initial investment anymore, where that toy's going to sit on the shelf and then eventually go on clearance like we were used to getting growing up. So now it's to the point where we do got to look out for each other, because no matter how much we rant and rave, I could get 10 million views on this video right now. It's not going to change the way corporate America is actually doing business with collectors anymore. They're just going, hey, if you really want it, we're going to put this much on the shelves to drive up hype, like what happens with sneakerheads.
Right.
When in actuality, you can make enough for all of us, and we're all going to go out there and we're going to support it. But right now, the only people winning are scalpers. That's just what it is.
That you just summed it up right there. You just summed it up. I'm going to say one final thing. Let me turn my cap around to show how serious I am about this. To both Hasbro and Target, in the immortal words of the former First Lady, Michelle Obama, do better.
You know better, do better. You heard it here first. You heard what we got to say, and I know you saw what the community was saying. I've even seen some of the reviews on Target. Don't play yourself. Everybody's saying it. They're like, what's the point? I can't even leave a review. You guys never had this on the shelf. So listen to the community, listen to the collectors, listen to the consumers. The customer is always right, whether you guys remember that or not. Please do right by us. Now that we've gotten all that out, and I could go on, but I always like to leave on a positive note. I know we just gave y'all a lot to think about and chew on, but I do want to speak to you out there, everybody that's been supporting the channel, all you good people out there, and I got a good group of subscribers out there. You guys are the best. Again, continue to be good to each other, continue to look out for one another, and no matter how much division is out there in the world, let's stick together. We got each other, okay? Now, with that being said, this has been Toys, Noise, and Action Figures. This is my homeboy right here, DJ Rukkus.
Thanks for having me.
I've been your host, Regg Henny, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace.
Peace.
Miles Morales, they might just call me childish. If I got to catch them all, I volunteer to take the challenge. Brick and mortar, I got the plug and the orders. I got the connect account mechanic and get me the sort of joy I get from Toys, Noise, Action Figures. BB, B8, Action Figures. So yeah, brick and mortar, I got the plug and the orders. I got the connect account mechanic and get me the sort of joy I get from Toys, Noise, Action Figures. Bang, 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 bang. Action Figures. Welcome to the Terror Drone.